you today to realize that he's a God that not only restores me, Sister Foster, but he's a God that does it again. Oh, I thank the Deaconess Black for getting the picture that God does this thing again. Well, when God does a thing again, what does that mean he does? Mr. Black, he doesn't just do it enough for me to be satisfied. What he does is exceeding abundantly above all that I can ask or even think. So God says, what I want you to do today is get in your mind how you want your recovery to look. And however you want it to look, just know I'm going to do exceeding and abundant of that thing. And then when you top that in your mind, God says, don't worry about it. I'm going to go a little further and exceed that too.
My God from God.
God says, I'm capable of, in fact, doing exceeding and abundantly above all that we ask for thing. I told y'all a couple of weeks ago, Apostle called me. He said, hey, I just heard one phrase from you, from the Lord, from you, son, and that phrase is to dream big. I said, Apostle, you read on it, sir. I've been on that for the last 2 months. That I ain't got time for limitations no more, Minister Black. I ain't got time for it. It's just I wanna go prepare the way, Sister Akasha, for my haters. I'm preparing the way for folk to talk about me. I'm preparing the way for it, Brother Foster, because what God is going to do is going to be so exceeding beyond what I'm capable of reasoning. And so when they realize that this place called Bethel Temple Faith Church has been here the whole time, they're going to say, my God, what in the world? How is this happening in our city? And we didn't even know it yet. They slept on us long enough that we messed around and took Concord over. One day they didn't know we were here, but the next day they were having to come to our service. What happened? What happened? What happened? God said, I'm getting ready to do exceeding abundant. Y'all looking for jobs. God said, I'm getting ready to create jobs. Y'all ain't feeling me. I'm getting ready to create jobs that folk will have to come to us for jobs. They don't have to come here and say, Pastor, I heard you are hiring for your daycare. I heard you are hiring teachers for your school. I heard you are hiring principals for your school. I heard you were looking for cafeteria workers for your feeding program. God said, I'm going to do exceeding and abundantly above all that we ask for. And he says it's a power that's working. He's disagreeing with the word. He says it is a power that's working in us. I got to get out of here, Minister Black. But before I get out of here all the way, the word of the Lord teaches me one last thing, and I got to go on this one. The word says this in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse number 9. It says, Sister Lipscomb, for as it is written, I have not seen, neither has ear heard, nor has it entered into the heart of man the things which God hath prepared for them that love him. Now, my only question this morning, Minister Black, is do you love him?
I love him. Amen.
Let me ask somebody first, do you love him? Because if you love him, Deaconess Black, he says there is something getting prepared for you that no man has ever written before. There's something I'm preparing for you that no man has ever even heard before. I'm getting ready to do a creative thing. Oh God, I feel the anointing of God here. I'm getting ready, Sister Paul, to do a creative thing. When folks said it shouldn't happen, when folks said it couldn't happen, God says, I'm going to make it happen. And the interesting thing is, I'm not going to make it happen according to what you thought. He says, but I'm going to do it again. I'm going to do it like I did it before. Oh God, I feel you right there. He says, there's some things that when I created it, I had to destroy the mole on. Because when I created it, I was not going to, oh God, I hear it. I was not going to duplicate it. But he says, whenever I've duplicated a thing, this is where I'm close to real. Whenever I've reduplicated or I've duplicated a thing, Mr. Black, I always make the thing that I duplicated better. Oh, help me today, Jesus. When it is that God created Adam, Evangelist Graham, the Bible says that it was because of Adam that all men, in fact, were now sinners. So God says, I can't let my creation stay right there. So I'm going to do a duplication, and I'm going to bring about my son, Jesus Christ. He says, now where it was in the first man, Adam, everybody was entitled to sin. It is through my next creation that, in fact, I'm going to allow everybody to be made righteous. What are you saying, Pastor? I'm saying that when God made the second Adam, he made him better. Let me go a little further. When I look at the very principles of the Bible, and I don't have time to go through all of them, but just to let you know your pastor studies, when you look in the book of Genesis, the 5th chapter, we identify that there was a man in the 25th verse by the name of Enoch. Sister Kanisha, this man Enoch, the Bible says he lived for 65 years. He had a son. He had sons and daughters. Then he died. Well, he was translated at 365 years old. The Bible says one day he was walking, Minister Black, and he was no more. He had actually reached a measure of perfection. But God said, even though Enoch was good, I'm going to let something come through him that's going to do something nobody else ever did. Pastor, what are you talking about? If I look at the 28th verse of Genesis chapter 5, I identify that Enoch's son was named Methuselah. Methuselah was the longest living man ever on the earth. He lived 969 years. Pastor, what are you saying? I'm saying that God had to let the duplicate or the reproducer be better than the one that produced them. Oh, I'm trying to help somebody today. Even if I look at the story of Elijah and Elisha, the man I'm talking about today, the Bible says that Elijah was a man that was great in miracles and in deeds. He, in fact, was also translated to God. But it was, in fact, that Elisha, first lady, the one that was going to succeed him, says, I understand the principle and the process of God, and I want to be better than what my man of God did. So give me a double portion of his anointing. And Elisha said, you're asking for a hard thing because God has never done that before. Y'all ain't catching it yet. He said, you're asking God to do something that he's never done before. But if in fact you can only see me when I go up, I believe by faith that God will do something for you that he's never done before. Pastor, what are you saying? I'm talking to you, Sister Lipscomb, that if you can just stick close enough to God and stay in the race long enough, I believe by faith that God will do something for you that he's never done for anybody before. Pastor, I got to get out of here. But it's the last point I want to give you. Not only did God do it greater in Jesus, but Deaconess Black, he did it greater in you. Pastor, where are you getting that? Thank you for asking me. The Bible says, even in the book of John, the 14th chapter and the 12th verse, Jesus says, check this out, y'all. But man, I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting ready to die. I'm going to get off the scene. And I've done some great things in my life, but I got news for you, baby. Greater things are you going to do because I'm going back to my Father. You should have got excited right there because Jesus says, even though I was the greatest one, I'm going to empower you to do greater. Y'all ain't caught it yet. Jesus said, even though I was the greatest there was to ever do what I did, I'm going to empower you to do greater. Lord, help me today, Jesus. Lord. But the only way, bro, I'm capable of doing greater is if I submit to the fact that I need him to restore me. I need him to do it again in me. I need him to touch me one more time. God, I know what it felt like when you touched me before, but I need you to touch me again. Not just in my body, but I need you to touch me in my mind. Not just in my mind, but I need you to touch me in my heart. Not just in my heart, but I need you to touch me in my thoughts. And God, if you touch me everywhere, I know that I'll be able to do what you call me to do. I'm looking for somebody today that's willing to let God touch him, that you can be restored to do what he called you to do. You may not have the strength you need right now, but God says, Sister Black, I'm getting ready to do it again. You might get a little tired, First Lady, but God says, I'm getting ready to do it again. Sister Lipscomb, you might want to throw in the towel sometime, but God said, I'm getting ready to do it again. Sister Akasha, God said, you might want to give up sometime, but he said, I'm getting ready to do it again. Minister Forrest Black Senior, you might want to throw in the towel sometime, but God said, I'm ready to do it again. I'm just going to trust that his restoration is the restoration that I need. Glory. Come on, put your hands together for Jesus. I'm done. I ain't preaching no more today. I'm out of here. Hallelujah. God said,